Hello everyone, welcome to a special episode on Magicka Addict. Akavir, the Curse of the Immortals is an ambitious Skyrim Newlands mod developed by Stalker992 that allows players to explore the southern regions of mysterious Akavir. During a 2024 playthrough of Akavir, I was profoundly impressed by the depth of the world building and integration of Elder Scrolls lore. This included visiting the homeland of Vasidiu Shea and the birthplace of the Dragon Guard. The mod offers a rich narrative experience where players can encounter the snow demons of Kamal, uncover the eventual fate of the Nerevarine, and study the historical records of Uriel Septim V's invasion while immersing themselves in Saiski culture. The combination of exceptional exterior level design work and thoughtful quest design and a genius narrative approach creates a truly memorable expansion to the Elder Scrolls universe. In this video, I chat with Stalker992 about his experience working on the massive project. We also get into the lore of Akavir among other topics. So let's get on to it then. I really appreciate you doing this, Stalker992. To start, I'd love to know about how you first ventured into the modding scene and what inspired you to embark on a Newlands project centered on Akavir. So Stalker992 replies, before Akavir, I had a project called Island Northern Territory for Fallout 3. We made Commonwealth before Fallout 4 came out, and that mod is still considered one of the best. I once found a book in Skyrim called Mysterious Akavir, and I had the idea to show players these distant lands. Oh wow, so Stalker992 worked on a mod set in the Boston area before Fallout 4 even came out. That's incredible. Here, this is an official English language port of Island Northern Territory. The link is in the description. If you have a Fallout 3 load order, you can check it out. So Mysterious Akavir is a book written during the development of Morrowind and is found in all the Elder Scrolls games. If you read the book, you get an idea about the Akaviri races and cultures. Akavir means dragon land. There are 4 major nations of Akavir: Kamal, Saiski, Tangmo, and Kapotun. When they are not busy trying to invade Tamriel, they are fighting with each other. Saiski is Snake Palace, once the strongest power in Akavir. The serpent folk ate all the men of Akavir a long time ago, but still kind of look like them. They are tall, beautiful, covered in golden scales, and are immortal. They enslave the goblins of the surrounding isles who provide labor and fresh blood. The holdings of Saiski are widespread. When natives of Tamriel think of the Akaviri, they think of the serpent folk, because one ruled the Cyrodiilic Empire for 400 years in the previous era. He was Potentate Vasidiu Shea, assassinated by the Murak. Tangmo is 1,000 monkey isles. There are many breeds of monkey folk and they are all kind, brave and simple. And many are also very crazy. They can raise armies when they must, for all of the other Akaviri nations have, at one time or another, tried to enslave them. They cannot decide who they hate more, the snakes or the demons, but ask one and he will probably say snakes. Though once bitter enemies, the monkey folk are now allies with the tiger folk of Kapotun. Kapotun is the tiger's dragon's empire. The cat folk here are ruled by the divine Toshraka, the tiger dragon. They are now a very great empire, stronger than Saiski, though not at sea. Yes, so Mysterious Akavir is a wonderful book, makes you wonder what's out there. But it is so cool that Stalker992 was inspired by the book and we get to meet all of these races when we play the mod. Next question. We know from official lore that Akavir was inhabited by the Saiski, Kapotun and Tangmo and the Kamal. How challenging was it to create these new races that were never seen before in any Elder Scrolls game? Mod author replies, the mod features representatives of all races. The least is known about the Kamal, but there are hints that the Kamal are not unified people. They have tribes of savages and there are ice demons, which may not be living beings. They are something like the lesser Daedra. Oh yes, we do meet a lot of Saiski people when playing the Akavir mod. After all, we visit their country. The racial design of the Saiski is very interesting. As you can see here, they all have scales on their heads, just like snakes. No hair. Also observe their neck, which features interesting ridges. The colors and the design of the scales can vary as well, as you see here. A lot of care was taken to create the Akavari race, and I commend the mod author. Here is Kapotun, a race of catfolk. They are ruled by Toshraka, the divine tiger dragon who bears similarities to Akatosh. Obviously, they are not related to the Khajiit of Tamriel. This interaction was very funny as our character assumes he is a Khajiit. And this Kapotun guy asks, "What's a Khajiit?" Haha. Here is the mod's Tangmo, a race described as a generous and kind monkey folk, and we find few of these as well. Overall, excellent effort by Stalker992 in designing the people of Akavir, showcasing a striking contrast to those in Tamriel. Next question. For those who have not played or experienced the mod, can you give an overview of the mod's content and what to expect when playing Akavir, and any tips for first time players? So the dev replies, Akavir is a vast land with its own history, unique spirit distinct from Tamriel. Akavir is an adventure somewhat in the spirit of old school games like Gothic or Fallout. Therefore, take your protagonist's skills seriously, level up well and stock up on potions. The influence of titles like Gothic and classic Fallout on the developer's philosophy is evident throughout the mod, particularly in the emphasis of narrative-focused approach to quest design and immersive storytelling. Unlike the more flexible scaling found in base Skyrim, the world of Akavir utilizes a zone scale system characterized by challenging enemy encounters within dungeons and various outdoor areas. This design choice necessitates a high level of character progression, which is why the mod's journey begins only when a player's character has reached level 40. Let's discuss the world building of Akavir. There is extremely limited official lore about Akavir in the 4th era. In the mod, who rules southern Akavir? What are the major minor factions in the area? And what are the major settlements? So the mod author replies, the Saiski rule both southern and central Akavir. However, their homeland is central Akavir in the Honmon Mountains. The only factions there are clans led by feudal lords. Each feudal lord governs their own province and each is subordinate to the imperial clan. At the time of the mod's events, the capital of Akavir is Edogama, but the story also features the ancient capital Temple City, located in the central part of the continent. Other factions in the Saiski Empire have either been destroyed or have little influence on events. Amazing! Oh yes, when you play the mod, you get to visit Edogama, the vibrant heart and the capital of southern Akavir lands. Edogama is a sprawling port city blending elegant Chinoiserie and Japonisme architecture. It features bustling markets, ancient forbidden districts, misty harbors alive with traders, fishermen and sinister characters. You will also see towering pagodas and wooden manors lining winding streets where players can uncover many side quests. The city serves as a hub and a gateway to Akavir's mysteries, offering homes to purchase, vibrant NPC life, and a rich atmosphere of cultural fusion and adventure. Everywhere you go, you find small towns, villages, farms, mining communities, and more. The town of Sumon was located at a spectacular location surrounded by mountains everywhere. It is interesting that Stalker992 talks about the homeland of the Saiski in central Akavir, in the Honmon Mountains. When we play the mod, we visit the Honmon Mountains to meet one of the greatest Saiski sages. A samurai takes us there. Here is the clip where we visit the spectacular Honmon Mountains, the forgotten motherland of the Saiski. Yes, I want to join you.
Когда вернемся, ты станешь одним из нас. Тагамори рассказал тебе, куда и зачем я иду. В горах Ханмон живет мой духовный наставник. Я не беседовал с ним со времен моей юности. Этот Цаэски поистине величайший из мудрецов, и, возможно, у него я могу узнать что-нибудь о небесном оке.
What awaits us on the way?
Мы пройдем самой короткой тропой, но не самой безопасной. В древности ею пользовались паломники, которые шли молиться небесному оку. Если у тебя все готово, мы можем идти уже сейчас.
Let's go.
Отлично.
Oh, wow.
Горы Ханмон, забытая родина Цаэски. Эта тропа приведет нас к первому храму драконьей стражи.
Whoa. What the hell was that? Wow, this is a different world space? Holy, what is this? Heavenly Altar Temple. Wow. This reminds me of the Himalayas. Oh, this is spectacular. This kind of a mountain path reminds me of my trek in the Himalayan mountains in northern India. Absolutely stunning. You have these tall mountains and you're here at the edge, and then there's a river down below. This totally reminds me of that trek I did many years ago. The 14-kilometer trek to a beautiful lake at an altitude of 5,000 meters. You know, it's no joke. A very memorable trek. This reminds me of that. This is beautiful. Next question, the buildings in the mod feature East Asian architectural styles and aesthetics. Was this a deliberate design choice? It certainly distinguished Akavir settlements from those in Tamriel. What difficulties did you face during their design? So their response? The building models are primarily taken from an unfinished mod by a Chinese author. He posted his work as a resource for other modders. The mod hints that the culture of the neighboring country of Kapatun is similar to Indian culture. For example, a Potun turban, similar in appearance to an Indian one, is found in the jeweler's shop in Edogama. Next question. In my experience, the mod offers a main quest line that had multiple endings based on the choices made during a playthrough. There were also side quests which were fantastic, but I did not find joinable factions. Did you ever consider adding joinable factions with questlines like the Akavir Mages Guild or Thieves Guild, for example? The dev response: I wanted to add the Shinobi faction in updates, but then changed my mind. Unfortunately, the mod hasn't gained popularity over the years, and I've decided to not create any new content. Mr. Stalker992, if you add the Shinobi faction questline as a new DLC, I will stream Akavir and the questline on the channel. I would love to do another playthrough of Akavir, this time getting a real level 40 character ready and documenting every quest and working on a wiki for the community, just like what we're doing with the Shumer series. Next question. From my observation, all the quests in Akavir had an amazing focus on narrative storytelling. The pacing was perfect all the time. The Golden Child was my favorite side quest. It had everything: Uriel Septem 5 references, characters and stories from the failed Imperial invasion, a ghost of a wise king, and the reincarnated Jungle Book child. When you worked on these quests, what were your quest design objectives? So the mod author replies, a good story is always important for me in quests, especially if it involves some kind of moral choice. That is why I love games like The Witcher 3. That makes sense. If the mod author is inspired by the Witcher style of storytelling, it clearly shows. The quality of storytelling in every quest is top tier here. In the Golden Child quest, we meet the ghost of a king who used to rule these lands in ancient times, and he wants us to rescue his reincarnation, a child inside a dungeon. So to get the key to the dungeon, our character will have to take care of a ghost problem for a villager. And we learn that this ghost has been here since the time of Uriel Septim V's invasion.
Стой, или я прикажу стрелять. Кто ты и что ты здесь делаешь?
Wow, look around, you're alone here. The Legion was gone long ago. You guard the ruins. Easy soldier, guard inspection. He's an Imperial soldier, that's so funny. Okay, look around, you're alone here. The Legion was gone long ago. You guard the ruins.
Да тут, похоже, шпион. Воины, к оружию!
He's gone. We get the key to Ionith and then enter the dungeon to meet a strange person muttering about Uriel Septim V's greatness. These side quests are amazing.
Благословенный Уриэль V, 17-й из рода Септимов, наследник Сифоруса II. Внук. Был внук? Не помню. Хоть убей, не помню. И был он вторым после Тайбера Септима, великим воином на троне империи. Был. Бесспорно, был.
He's talking about Uriel Septim V. What? I thought.
А? Ты кто?
I'm the same server from Tamriel as you are. How did you get here?
Я здесь живу. Меня зовут Хэтот. Боевой маг его императорского величества Уриэля V. Да будут благословенны его дни. Добро пожаловать в Ионит, странник.
What? I'm afraid to disappoint you, but Emperor is long dead. Oh, Ionith was one of the forts of the Empire? Is long destroyed.
Что? Нет, нет, быть того не может. Император отступил к Септимии, чтобы собрать силы и вывести нас из окружения. Он скоро вернется со свежими легионами. О, боги! Ты взгляни на эти стены. Они поросли мхом? С потолка сыпется песок? Я ведь был снаружи, и там только лес и груды камня. Сколько же лет прошло?
Oh, wow, what a story, man. Why are you still alive? Exactly. It's been like how many? 600 years?
Теперь я вижу. Да, я вижу кровь. И трупы легионеров. И борода на моем лице не была седой, как сейчас. Я готовил зелье. Такое, чтобы быть неуязвимым и разить Саэски.
Haha, hilarious. What fun characters and writing. We also read lots of notes and journals during Uriel Septim V's invasion. Long live Cyrodiil, in the name of the Empire, the name of Septim Empire, may the gods protect us all. After exploring the dungeon, we meet the reincarnated child. This kid has been living with spiders all his life, just like Mowgli in the Jungle Book. Yo, future Dalai Lama, you're the jungle boy, huh? Hey. What the hell?
Это тот самый ребенок? Выглядит...
We then escort the reincarnated child to the master. Okay, you, kiddo. Jungle boy. Let's go. Jungle boy.
Или я вижу то, что вижу? С тобой дитя из моих снов.
Da, the ghost of Huokansi told you to take care of this child. You know who he is, don't you?
Да, мечта многих поколений угнетенных наконец исполнилась. Я рад, что дожил до этого момента. Когда меня не станет, я передам ребенка в надежные руки. О чем еще может мечтать человек на закате своих дней? Завтра я отведу тебя в монастырь, а сейчас поешь риса и отдохни.
Да, дедушка, я не помню этого места, но почему-то знаю, что здесь мой дом. Я чувствую радость, потому что наконец вернулся.
Oh, so delightful. This quest had everything: incredible characters, writing, a strong narrative focus, fun dungeon delving, and a heartwarming ending. I will leave the link to the video if you want to watch. There are many such quests in Akavir where the emphasis is on storytelling with great characters, references to the Elder Scrolls lore, and more. Next question. I love the quality of the Russian voice actors. The Russian voices were perfect for the Akavir experience in my opinion. It really felt like we were far away from Tamriel in mysterious Akavir. You must have used so many voice actors from Russia. How challenging was the process of managing and integrating voices into the mod? The response: integrating voices is very simple, but it's a very time-consuming and tedious process. Each line is manually assigned a name which is defined in the editor. Next question. You wrote a lot of books for the mod, creating extensive lore and stories. Writing is a big part of mods like this for books, dialogues, quests, scenes, and more. How big was the writing task, and did you have a writing background? The response: yes, I used to make big story mods and also wrote a book on the post-apocalypse theme, but I didn't finish it. Next question. Isamirak from our Discord server is a big fan of your work too. He sent 2 questions. Michael Kirkbride suggests that Akavir is Tamriel in the future, in fact the new Amaranth. Do you like this theory? And any extra lore under the iceberg regarding the ancient people who built the giant Buddha statues? The mod author responds: I assume we were in Akavir in the same time as Skyrim, therefore Akavir cannot be Tamriel in the future. The statue builders disappeared from Akavir approximately 12,000 years before the birth of the Dovahkiin, although this is not explicitly stated anywhere. Most likely, they were biologically human or a mixture of humans and Saiski. Amazing. Next question. Many people in the community, including myself, feel the mod is criminally underrated, and you said this is the reason why I don't make new content anymore. Can you elaborate on this? The mod author responds: it is simple. The mod has fewer likes than some sword or woman's armor. It's a clear failure. I never expected this. On Russian language sites, lore buffs criticized everything. They didn't like the Saiski, they didn't like the buildings, the cities, and the voice acting. Basically, they didn't like anything. Oh man. It's a pity that such large projects like Akavir, made with so much passion, skill, and dedication, get fewer endorsements than compared to a sword or a woman's armor. This is my message for Stalker 992. It is truly unfortunate that the reception of your work in Russia and on the Nexus did not match its quality. Please do not be discouraged. You have produced a superb work of art, and the perception of art will always be subjective. Not everyone possesses the vision to recognize true brilliance. Take pride in what you have achieved. By developing a comprehensive Newlands mod, you have joined an elite group of perhaps only 10 or 20 such projects worldwide. Your contribution is exceptional and unique. Never lose sight of that, mate. Do know that there are hundreds of fans of your work, and don't be discouraged by some people on the internet. How popular is the Elder Scrolls in Russia? Is there a large community of modders and players? Developer response: 10 years ago, there were plenty of modders and players. Now interest has waned and only the most dedicated remain. This is largely due to the Bethesda company's policies after the failure of Starfield and the delays in the release of the new Scrolls game. Players are greatly disappointed. That's sad. This is what happens when Todd takes 16 years to make another Elder Scrolls game. The fandom gradually moves on. Only some diehards like you and me remain. Finally, are you excited for the new Elder Scrolls 6? Will you play it? I'm looking forward to the new Scrolls, but I'm very skeptical about the studio's ability to create anything interesting. As they say, times change, but the Bethesda engine doesn't. Maybe the failure of the previous game will affect them. Thank you Stalker 992 for taking the time to do this. You made an incredible Newlands mod, and thank you for giving so much to the Elder Scrolls community. Alright guys, that was the discussion with Stalker 992. Do you have any questions about the mod Akavir, the Curse of the Immortals? please write in the comments below and I will get them answered for you. Thank you so much for watching. May the divines watch over you.